So I know you're probably expecting review 100, as you should, and that will be coming out soon, but I wanted to make this video as sort of a assurance, accountability, a reminder to myself that there are some things I want to do differently going forward. I actually made sure to put this out after April 1st, just so that there is no confusion. Firstly, if I haven't said it before, thank you for 50k, 60k, 65k, and I hope you stick by. This video is going to be a lot more technical and towards the channel, so if you're not interested in that, don't worry. A brand new video will be coming out tomorrow, and I'll explain more about that towards the end. I know this may seem a little trivial at the end of the day, but after review 100, I'm pretty much done with numbering my reviews. I kind of want to join the fray who don't do that. You may think, well, who cares, or what does it matter? And at the end of the day, it shouldn't, but here I am now for the third or fourth time in the exact same problem with my channel. For those who may have been around since the 75th special or the 50th special, even a few of you who have been around since the 25th special, you know that I take about 2 weeks to finish a video of this caliber, and this 100th review is no different. The reason review 100 may not be done within this week or next week is that I plan to have different YouTubers, voice actors, and a bit of art done for it, and it's not something that you can gather within a day. I tend to go out of my comfort zone with these special climbs. For the 25th, I did a TV movie, and while I do those now regularly, you have to think about the perspective of someone who didn't necessarily know if people were going to watch that or not, and I'd be essentially putting in 7 days of making something that only really I would be seeing. For the 50th, as you may know, I decided to do a multi-episodic review with a theme, and for the 75th, I did a long-form top 10, and a pretty controversial one at that. And no, I'm not saying that this review is going to be some Hollywood-grade masterful work that needs to be in the Library of Congress, but if it is going to be the last review I make that is of that nature of being numbered, I might as well go out with a bang. So what exactly is the problem with numbered reviews? They create bottlenecks, especially when, again, it takes a long time to actually finish the review you're building up to. It's frustrating to see that the reviews that I want to make, that my audience wants to see, I have to wait until after the 50th, 75th, and again after review 100 to actually do, which even then could take even a month or two to actually make and put out once the hype dies down. Even as a person who stands for delayed gratification and can have patience, I think it is a little backwards to hard push that idea on my audience. So now you guys would have to wait a few months to get what usually takes a few days or more to make. Anyway, with no numbers, that means bottlenecks are pretty much now based on when I want to sink a bunch of time into a big project again, and not these predetermined numbered specials. It also means I can do what I want to do at any time, and delaying review 100 is one of those things. So while it's in the works, I want to make videos that people want to see now, and that I want to make, and even in some cases, ones that I need to make. I'm not trying to say that I'm going to get to every request because there's over 400 of them, and if you have one, please put it in that video. Just because there's 400 of them doesn't mean that yours is not going to get picked. But getting back to the point, even if I wanted to do just requests for the rest of my YouTube career, hobby, lifestyle, or whatever, it would actually take years to finish if I did it once a day, which I'm not. But I do want to shorten the process of getting an idea, making it a video, and getting it out to you guys. So instead of sacrificing quality and cutting corners on my review 100 video, I'm just going to remove numbers, push review 100 until it actually is done, and then put it out. And in the meantime, move on with ideas that I could make now, that could come out now, and if needed, move them around if I need to, push stuff up if I need to, push stuff back if I need to. And this opens up new opportunities for pretty much doing things a lot closer to the hype, or even taking more requests than I'm usually able to do. Reviews. I've slowly increased how many of them I used to do, and they've kind of become the forefront of my channel. Before, it used to be one review per week, and then a side series, like What I Reboot, scenes like this, extra discussions, things of that sort. However, as you see now, it's generally 3 of those per week, and if on and off week, it's a side series. My goal has always been to get out 1 a week, if I could, and now 2 or 3 will be my new goal going forward. But at the same time, I also want to release other things, like the Castoon podcast, which has been doing incredible, and it has a lot of potential, and all of my other smaller series, including Everything You Need to Know, which is just going to serve as either my news or first impression on things. But also on the other end, if you liked my Cartoon Network video or my Nickelodeon video that I did at the end of last year, I want to do something cool like that and make those essay style videos monthly or a bi-monthly thing where I put a lot of research, a lot of editing, and it'll pretty much be this style, possibly even with a more effort in the presentation and a broader topic than an episode. Oh, and speaking of special projects, if you haven't been on my community tab recently, I've been working on a TDI season review. I'm pretty much done recording it and I'm going into editing it. I plan to get it out this month as promised, as well as a few Patreon specific stuff, like Feral Friends, and a 2003 TMNT episode that was requested to me, as well as some other things. So with the season review coming out, that leads to more questions that I plan to answer here. Alpha J, are you ever going to review anime? Are you ever going to review games? Are you going to go into reviewing live action? Are you going to review actual movies? Well, the answer to that is probably. It'll be very uncommon, but not unheard of. I want to keep my channel animation centric, because that is what people came to me to see. However, I love keeping things fresh, I love changing things, and if that means throwing a curveball topic that no one would have really thought I would cover, on my terms of course, I would do that. The closest thing you may get is that I actually have a game that I'm going to be reviewing soon, and I'm working on it. It's kind of tangential to what I'm talking about anyway. I got a review code for it, and I'm actually very excited to make a video on it. But yes, my goal is to stop taking inaction. That was my problem. And to be more specific, my problem is, was, that I have two routes to take, and I generally end up taking neither, while it's early and waiting until the very end to take the path of least resistance. And considering for the last week, I've actually gotten ahead and I made Bunsen, the third episode of Castoon and Fairly Odd Parents, and uploaded all these a day earlier. Imagine what I could do if I just put my head down and work and try not to worry about the awkward period that is, well, now. Yeah, that does mean you have to wait a bit for review 100, but it was either that or doing what I usually do, which is taking a long break, possibly even 2 weeks, and waiting for the art, waiting for the different people who are going to be in that video, and usually working on videos after that to sort of make up for it. So that's the main reason I'm making this, because once it's up, I can't go back. By showing that I have a problem, I can get to a solution. I should also note, besides the numbering thing, I also plan to slowly move where I want to be and not do anything hasty. Lastly, I hear that YouTube is doing weird things with its bell and subscription. So if you have a group of YouTubers that you watch, just double check if you hit the notification bell for all of them. And also make sure that you get all of their videos if you want all, because it auto defaults to occasional videos. And if it takes you from an hour to upwards of a day to get their video, I would suggest following them or bookmarking their social media pages, as many creators send the posts on their other platforms when they made a video. For my own sanity, I have to go day by day, and that's why I want to pass this info off to you. Make sure whoever you watch, put the bell on for them. Anyway, feel free to request something in a request video, and I'll see you tomorrow for a new King of the Hill review. Hype! And if you really like this video for some odd reason, feel free to binge this entire season 4, as review 100 is going to be the end of season 4. Make sure to subscribe and tap the bell if you want to know as soon as my videos go up. I'll talk to you guys next time. I hope your time is well spent, and Alpha out.